In this video, we will cover a brief about how the immune response within the skin works. So, response works in a way that it will maintain the uh, homeostasis such that the microbial infection within the cells does not happen or are below the threshold levels. So, in the first case is that this immune cells such as LC cells, dendritic cells, CCL20 cells, what they do is they receive the antigen of the bacteria through this hair follicle and generate chemokines and immune response such as activation of B cells, T cells through against the antigens that are received via hair follicles and other things that other ways by which the immune response work is that there are some this PRRs, that is peptide receptors. What it does is it recognizes the peptides that are related to the bacteria or foreign enzymes and uh, generate immune response against those peptides or those peptides or uh, foreign particles. Thereafter, it comes this LC. LC is also one of the immune cells, one of the immune response. In which case, what happens is that it will take care of any foreign particles that are present within the this epithelial region of the skin. And simultaneously, there are other motifs are also present, which is cathelicidins, HP, human beta defense 1, and this will also act against the also act against the bacterial infection or any kind of foreign particles that are try to affect the human bodies that are, or any foreign particles that are try to affect the host. And there is another condition that is shown, in which case there is there is a inflammation response is there because of the over production of SRS, and because of that what happens is that there is a clump formation occur within the cells, and this will leads to the autoimmune response in terms of this overproduction of this IL-1 beta signals, uh, cathelicidins overproductions, and simultaneously it will also cause other problems such as this riboflavin metabolite production will increase, and this thing are usually controlled by this TLR2 receptor. So what could have happened, one of the case by which this dysbiosis can occur is that these receptors might become inactive as something else or some other antigen might bind to this TLR2. So in that case, TLR2 will not recognize this SRS, and this will allow SRS to overgrow with time, and then it will lead to this clump formation within the skin and then penetrate inside the skin. And as soon as this clump formation occurs, the immune response against this clump will starts to form, will starts to generate, and one of the ways is by this overproduction of this immune overproduction or over response of this immune in terms of this triggering of this IL beta 1 cathelicidin, and this chemokine releases different chemokine releases and activation of B cells, T cells, and this might cause or this might leads to inflammation response on the skin that people might observe who are suffered with dysbiosis. And so this is just a comparison between the normal case, that is homeostasis, where the immune response is able to maintain the infections or foreign particles uh, within the threshold level such that the inflammation response is not observed within the to the host, whereas whenever there is some problem in that case, there is whenever there is some problem in one of the immune responses, such as one of the immune response is not functioning properly, such as in this case TLR2 receptor is not functioning properly, then it might lead to some problems. It might lead to over exaggeration of some disease that might cause inflammations, as in this case over exaggeration of S or S. So I hope you have understood in brief a general idea how the immune response works in skin, and why this inflammation reaction occurs in the skin. If you need to understand this immune response within skin in detail, you can go through the reference that has been provided in the description. That's all for this video. Thank you for your time.